The pandemic poses a special risk to seniors, so they're being advised to stay inside and away from other people, even their children. It's for social service organizations that help seniors to change how they operate, for example, replacing in-home visits with computer check-ins or phone calls. But as New York One's Michael Herzenberg reports, there are limits to that approach.
Oh, we shot right here, man. Clayton, man.
Clayton Patterson captured the Lower East Side on video and film for decades. He famously documented the Tompkins Square Park riots. He's been on Oprah and was featured by Anthony Bourdain. He put himself at risk to get the shots he wanted, whether it was art on stage or violence in the street. But now he's not taking any chances, cooped up in his apartment away from the coronavirus with his archives and his wife.
Yeah, the isolation is difficult.
Like seniors all over the city, the couple is hunkered down in fear of catching the virus. But in a way, they're each alone. His wife, Elsa Renza, has Alzheimer's disease.
Her condition is kind of like thinking of slowly drifting out to sea. But it's very punishing to see her disappear.
He's her caregiver, but up until 2 weeks ago, he'd get breaks a few times a week when a volunteer would visit from the nonprofit organization Henry Street Settlement.
And she was a companion for Elsa. She was great. They could laugh and sing, and the visit stopped.
We're trying to support our volunteers supporting their clients.
Rachel Hughes runs Henry Street Settlement's Senior Companion Program. Because her 100 volunteers and 200 clients are all older than 55, the home visits have become phone calls for safety.
It's hard for them also to not be able to go and be there physically for their clients.
It's horrible. Across the world, I think, they're dealing with anxiety. They're dealing with stress.
The coronavirus is particularly tough on seniors in New York City, says Fordham social work professor Carole Cox. According to the census, the 5 boroughs are home to more than 1.1 million people 65 and older. 32% of them live alone. That's 350,000 seniors alone.
Loneliness, we know, is a big problem to begin with among older people, and this is only emphasizing the issues.
With this kind of pressure, you don't really notice it. It's still just marching forward, head down, marching forward.
Clayton Patterson says his wife has become more agitated since the pandemic began, even though she doesn't know about it. He says the calls he gets 3 times a week from Henry Street volunteers are nice, but just not the same as the in-house visits they replaced. He's now a 24/7 caregiver alone.
It would definitely be a relief if I could get some relief.
Michael Herzenberg, New York One News.
As